One of the classes I really like is the Patriots. Um, they have built their first four picks were all about build around Drake May. And I love that. That's what you've got to do when you have a young quarterback. You unfortunately can relate to that really well, where so whether with the offensive line specifically with Andrew Luck, where it was neglected far too much, and so his health and his love of the game faded. But getting Will Campbell, taking Travion Henderson at the top of the second, Kyle Williams already touched on, loved that pick. They get Jared Wilson pretty late, to be honest, at the end of the third round, center out of Georgia, who has a path to start pretty early on. And then I love the value of Joshua Farmer, the D tackle from Florida State in the fourth round, and then I already touched on Braden Swinson. And then just filling out with other picks. They did draft what appears to be a long snapper for based on the position thing here, so that
Yeah,
may ruin their class fully.
and a kicker.
But
They also drafted
yeah,
a
they
kicker.
did. So if you
But
ignore both of those picks, it's a really good class.
listen, I wouldn't draft special teams guys. I just wouldn't. I
No,
feel those other ways. But I agree with you, man. They drafted in volume and they didn't screw up the first pick. Like, yes, you
yeah,
could have went for the flashy Ashton Genty. You could have went for the interior pass rusher and Mason Graham, but you have to protect your franchise quarterback. Like that's why the Patriots kind of put themselves in a position where they had to go for a position of need, and they got the best tackle in the class. So you have to be happy with that right off the bat. And then I get like to your point earlier, dude. I love the Kyle Williams pick as well. And they got another starting off. Like Jared Wilson will start for them this year. I think
yeah, he will.
that's a fact. He will be their starting center, or he'll move into guard, either one. And he'll be a starter on that offensive line. And if you can get a starter in the third round at the end of the third round, I love that.